Hello students, Mr. Z here, and today we're going to be talking about the endocrine system. Now the endocrine system is about glands that produce a chemical called hormones. When you think endocrine system, I want you to always think about hormones because this is a system of glands that produce this chemical called hormones. And there are several glands, and we're going to go over each one of them. And I have some pictures here to kind of help you remember what they are. This is a picture of a pit bull and the baby boss. And so the function of this gland, which is called the pituitary gland, it is the boss of all these glands. So this gland controls the rest of these glands. So that's what the baby boss is there for. And then the pit bull kind of is just the first part of that word right there, pituitary, to help you remember what gland that is. It's very close to another gland, and right underneath of it is called you know what this is? A hippopotamus. And this is called the hypothalamus. Doesn't hippopotamus and hypothalamus kind of almost sound like you're saying the same thing if you say it really fast? And that's the reason I drew this hippo. And what the hypothalamus does is that it is the part of the endocrine system that connects and sends information to the nervous system. And it does this by using a nerve cells throughout the body, communicating all the way to the brain, which is communicating to the whole body. So this is a place where the endocrine system communicates to the body that, hey, something's wrong and something needs to be fixed. And it sends a message to the pituitary gland. And then the pituitary gland tells the gland which gland to work, how much hormones to release throughout the system. And we're going to be explaining what these glands do. All right, so these two are kind of like the most important glands because they're kind of in charge. And this one's in charge of the glands. This one's in charge of communication with the nervous system. Now we get to the glands that are actually doing the work. This is the thyroid gland, which looks like a butterfly. And it's right, if you touch your Adam's apple, it should be right behind your Adam's apple is the thyroid gland. And that's why I draw a picture of a butterfly there. And it's responsible for your metabolism. And this is why I drew a kind of like a skinny person and a big person, because it's really responsible for how well you burn through your calories. This is the part of your body that controls metabolism. Now, it's also responsible for your growth. So depending on how well your thyroid is growing, stimulating the hormones thyroid, then it's going to allow you to grow. Now, as we go down the line, but before we go down, let's not forget about this one right here. This is a pine cone. See the word pine in there? This is the pineal gland. And see if you can guess what it's responsible for. If you guess that it's responsible for sleep, then you are correct. It produces a chemical hormone called melatonin, and melatonin is what's responsible for you falling asleep. Turkey has a lot of melatonin in it, and if you've ever felt sleepy after a Thanksgiving dinner, you can thank your pineal gland for producing enough melatonin to make you fall asleep, along with the melatonin that's in the turkey. All right, so let's go ahead down the list here. And on this side, we have the thymus gland. I picked a Ninja Turtle because they always have these really cool names like Michelangelo, Leonardo, and I thought maybe I'm going to name this one Thymus. And this thymus gland is responsible for fighting. You see this one's in the fighting position, fighting sickness, viruses, and things like that. It produces a T cell, which is a certain type of white blood cell that fights sickness. So that's why you have a little cell here with a letter T in there. So thymus glands are responsible for fighting diseases through the use of T cells, which is a white blood cell, to help fight infection diseases. Can you see my thymus turtle is wearing a face mask? So maybe that'll help you remember it's for fighting sicknesses and diseases. As we go down through the body, the next gland that I see that looks like a pan. See the shape of a pan here? It's right underneath our stomach. This organ right here, this pinkish organ, is our stomach, and right underneath it, what looks like a pan. And the reason I say that is the pancreas, the pancreas, and the pancreas is responsible for producing a hormone called insulin. And what insulin does, it breaks down sugar. So to our body, too much sugar is a poison. And so your pancreas produces the hormone insulin to reduce the amount of sugar that goes into your body. Now, if you have diabetes, it could be that your body is producing too much insulin or not enough insulin. And this could affect your type of diabetes that you have. As we go down here, and we can see one of these right here, these yellow things on the top of the kidneys. There's another kidney here. If you look really carefully, and if we could lift this liver up over here, you can see another piece of yellow there. So there's another one. And these are the adrenal glands. And the adrenal glands, we kind of touched upon that last Friday at the beginning of this lesson when we were talking about the policeman that was running so fast away from the fire. And that's because the adrenal glands produce a hormone called adrenaline. And the adrenaline gave him the ability to run faster, it pumped more oxygen in his blood, it fed more sugar into his muscles so that he could have the energy, and he ran superhuman-like and was able to save some people and escape the fire. So that's why I drew a picture of the Hulk. When the Hulk gets mad, he turns into the Hulk. And I want to say he's probably doing that because his adrenal glands are probably getting stimulated. It's giving him all that burst of energy. Okay, so let's continue down here. Here we have a gland that only the females have, and these are called ovaries. And they produce a hormone called estrogen. That's what the letter E stands for, estrogen. And estrogen is the hormone that control the features of a woman. So if you have features of a woman, yeah, you have estrogen. So most women have estrogen. The next gland is the testis gland. Testis is the plural of testicle. So one of these is testicle, two of them is testis, and it produces the hormone called testosterone. And it is also responsible for the way the features of boys. You know, some things like deep voice, like facial hair, more muscles. These are all caused by the hormone called testosterone. All right, well, there we go. We have the endocrine system. And these are the glands that produce chemicals called hormones. And they play a big role in homeostasis. We brought that word up earlier. Homeostasis is keeping the body balanced, and these glands certainly do their job to keep us safe and keep our bodies balanced. All right, well, this is Mr. Z. See you in the next lesson. Over and out.